Well, last time I have concluded by basically stating the paper money basically represents nothing in the um, well, nothing in terms of a commodity. Basically, it is just a piece of paper with numbers on it, and still people accept it as to sell their um, goods and services, and no institution, including central banks, guarantees they will take it and give you a certain quantity of commodities. Um, and still, the money, the dollar, and other national currencies are able to function. They continue to function. And this new system and its basic rules and its basic um, characteristics, they are interesting in many sense, in many ways actually, and especially considering that uh, this post-Bretton Woods period started just after 1970s, and still understanding the full dynamics of this mechanism might be not that easy, even though economists are working on finance more than any other field, because I mean, it's a field where basically companies need financial resources. Um, so, uh, so the experts in finance are in high demand, and also there are people, of course, trying to use financial markets to get high returns in a fast time, who also increase the demand for financial experts. So, as I said, financial experts and financial knowledge is demanded a lot. Um, so, for us, besides the basic characteristics of money and its function, which is studied a lot in economics, um, the one interesting aspect of, well, one basic aspect of current economic system is we are living in a country where we have an unofficial global currency. Um, well, before gold standard has collapsed, gold had kind of that function uh, more strongly, it could be argued. Pound, which was a strong currency, had a secondary or at least a function which was challenged by gold. But now dollar is more clear. Um, um, international dollar has more clearly international currency function. So when we are considering on international trade, or basically even try to express our income or any kind of monetary cost in international scale, we usually use, even in our mind, dollar. And in case of international exchange, again, we mostly use dollar. In some cases, euro, but mostly dollar, especially when we consider doing that exchange with non-European countries. And it's also, I mean, many people, when they store money, besides their national currencies, usually the second currency they prefer is dollar. Although in some cases, some currencies, I mean, certainly euro in some cases, but in some cases also some other minor currencies might be more beneficial in terms of preserving the value of your money. People prefer dollar. So dollar has all of the money functions in the global scale. Um, and basically, when we are looking to the dollar and its functions, we might first consider on the effect of dollar in terms of international integration. So how is dollar, the fact that dollar is an international currency, affecting the economic integration? And that basically means that, I mean, economic integration in terms of sale of goods and services is the existing of dollar makes sale of goods and services easier, and also basically the uh, the investments or the labor mobility between countries does it increase as a result of having dollar as a global currency. Well, the question, I won't answer the question in full sense. I mean, I will keep it hanging. Uh, Note, however, I mean, existing of this kind of a global currency and acceptance of this by everyone, at least reduces the question from our mind what we should use as a international currency or money, which commodity or which currency we should use. Basically, this question is eliminated. Well, in other words, one thing the dollar as an international currency is doing it is already creating a global monetary system. It might be imperfect, but at least it exists and it can be used by countries who want to integrate economically. Basically, when you go to China, for example, now you don't need to look for yuan. Rather, you first transform your Turkish liras to dollar, and then in China you transform them to yuan. It could be easier for China, but it could be more difficult if you go to a country like Uruguay, for example. So dollar is helpful in that sense. And existing of this global monetary system, in many ways, may have made the cooperation between different actors in different countries easier in many different ways. I mean, sale of goods and services, you certainly get it from dollar, and when you try to basically you try to find out how much the value of those goods and services you are going to buy or sell will be in your national currency. Since the agreements are if the agreements are in dollar, you just need to compare the dollar value to your the value of your currency. Not, I mean, if you are trading with multiple countries, you don't need to look to currency values of all different countries, and I mean, try to find out how those fluctuations affect your agreements, as I said, especially if you make trade with many different countries. Similar thing for the investments, actually. I mean, you just need to find out how the national currency you invest varies according to the dollar, especially if you are a global investor making investments in different countries. And well, also for the workers, it may make. But basically, you just earn money in the country you work, and you transform it to the dollars, and you get it to your country from the financial system as maybe dollars, which may also be helping to the workers who are working in different countries. So, as I said, I mean, the existing of a global monetary system may be very well is helping to the economic actors in different countries to interact, even if it is imperfect. But for the United States, well, the case for the whole world is actually should be stated by stating the fact that this international currency, which is the foundation of the global monetary system, is at the same time a national currency. It is sole right of printing this international currency belongs to a single country. While other countries have their own national currencies. This country has its own national currency, but their national currency is also at the same time global currency. Not by enforcement, I mean, it's not an explicit enforcement, but kind of an implicit agreement. So what does it affect for the United States? Well, if they make all agreements international level at them with dollar, if any country they agree on, they sell their goods or they get their revenue back in dollars. I mean, to some extent, I mean, as long as they can use dollar as the main currency on which they trade and they do all the economic interactions, economic integration for them might be more easier than other countries, because other countries should at least worry how the dollar amount they are going to pay or they take will be translated into their own currency. Other countries need to worry at international level how much dollar they are able to get from international trade, since they cannot print it. United States can print dollar. Of course, that also means that the value of dollar is not solely dependent on the USA. It rather depends on also the actions of other countries. But since dollar is a currency that is used worldwide, it is overall supply is really large, and printing a fixed amount of dollar in that sense might be less effective, less significant than printing a similar amount of other national currency. I mean, with same buying power. I mean, because there are much more dollar in the world, basically. So United States becomes kind of a semi-independent country in that sense. I mean, it is able to control this global currency, but also its monetary system, its national monetary systems, in a way, is integrated to the global monetary system. That might have some effects in the future. I mean, right now, maybe the other actors in the world who have dollar reserves don't make the value of dollar fluctuate, or the overall actions of non-US citizens, non-US institutions don't have any unpleasant effect on United States monetary system or economic policy up to now. But the dysfunction of dollar's global currency, well, at least might prevent US to do certain actions. For example, in Turkey, you print a lot of Turkish lira, and as a result, the value of Turkish lira falls a lot. Which, by the way, you might do that to devalue your currency so that your exports increase and imports decrease. Of course, this is a tactic that is used by some countries, but you might even get your value of your currency stay below the equivalent value. As a result, you might get. How do you do that? If you reduce the value of your currency below its value, then there's a permanent excess supply of your demand of your currency. So it is below its value. So if something is below its value, everyone wants to buy it, and you can, since you can print it, and you can create this excess supply. But US cannot do that easily. US cannot do that easily, because if it does that, if it keeps the value of dollar below its value, basically, dollar might lose its status as a global currency. So I will talk more on this in the next part.